Hi everyone, Fired Up Jim here, and I'm out here at Burtner Park walking Mia. Thought I'd stop and do a quick video. Look, I just wanted to say something about my last couple days. Look, you're going to run across people that just aren't right. Oh, I usually check people out pretty good. Like when someone sends me friend requests or something like that on Facebook, I'm not trying to get my numbers up now. I'm way past and beyond that. So I'll go to their profile and I'll see what they're about, kind of shames a lot of people because like when you get the girly ones, I do go check them out. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but I do go investigate them to see what they're about. And because I can tell if they've got some marketing going on, if they're doing something, but I can also tell that if they they're just out there for one thing, if there's like a bunch of guys subscribing and that's it, and whatever, so it's an instant delete. But if they're doing some marketing and there's more on their page than just pictures of them in different positions or their face, whatever. So you get what I mean, guys. Watch what you're doing, because number one, I see a lot of people out there, and look, you got to know that that doesn't lead anywhere good. So anyway, so on the other hand, I had a gentleman. I did my marketing posts in the groups, and normally a person that's interested, what they're going to do is they're going to read my post, and then they're going to, take a look. And if they decide to do that, then they're going to go do what they're supposed to do. They're going to go enter their information, and they're going to go take the tour, take the free trial, watch the video, whatever it is that I'm putting out there at that time. And, I'll get notified, and I'll notify them, and I try to reach them on the phone. A lot of times you can't. And a lot of times they don't give phone numbers. A lot of times they don't give right emails, but it's a numbers game, right? I mean, out of the last 15 days, I've had 4 people join my business, one of my businesses. I've had over a dozen leads come in on another one. And I've had 2 people join another affiliate business. So the numbers game does work, but you still need to connect with people. You can't just expect them to go sign up. I mean, you need to email them, you need to call them, you need to connect with them, you need to have some kind of way of getting involved with them, or getting them involved with you, and networking and meeting you. But then you'll have people that have ulterior motives, and I can read them like a book now. It doesn't take long. So one guy says, "Hey Jim, I sent you a Facebook Messenger." It took me forever to find it. I literally had to go to his profile, click on his messenger, and then I found it. And it was like, "Hey, send me a brief, the name of your company and a brief description." Well, right there, I know that I'm just telling you. I knew that this guy wasn't serious, that this guy was what I call fishing. He was looking to basically prospect me and get information. And I might not be right 100% of the time, but I know I was right on this one. So he wanted the name of the company. And normally what I would do is say, "Why? Are you interested? I'm excited about your inquiry, but tell me a little bit about yourself. Why are you interested?" But what I did was I just wanted to play with him a little bit. So I gave him the name of the company, and I gave him a 3-word description, because that's brief, right? He said, "Give me a brief description." So he comes back and says, "Well, I think the name is this, but you didn't leave a description." I said, "Oh, is that too brief for you?" I said, "This is what I put down." I said, "You asked for a brief explanation, a brief, description of the company." And then he goes off on me like, "Oh, well, if you can't explain your company in 3 sentences, then, and how can you expect me to follow you and you want me in your company?" I'm like, "Well, number one, I never asked you in my company. You inquired of me off of my post. Number 2, I can give my description in my sleep of my company to someone that I want to give it to. So this guy don't know me from Adam, right? So while I was reading his last post and typing my next one, I usually don't get into a long deal with him. I'll usually cut him off pretty quick. And this was going to be my cutoff. By the time I got done, it wouldn't even let me send. He'd already gone in and blocked me and took me off here and there, and I just had to laugh. I'm like, wow, you know, I caught him, and he knew I caught him. So what he didn't know was that I ain't no idiot. So I went on Google. I Googled his name. I found him. I found out what he does. And, you know, I went and watched his YouTube channel. He had like 3 one-minute YouTube videos. All he was doing was, and he was like in this dark room with poor lighting and bad background, just terrible stuff, right? I mean, this older guy, and he looked older than me, and he didn't look as good as me, as pretty as me. And he, you know, was just basically trying to get people to go to a meeting. He was calling it a party. Oh, my mentor told me, invite him to the party. Whatever, dude. That's crazy. So, anyway, that guy was over with. Well, yesterday I get a guy that just does a real nasty post on one of my marketing posts for one of my companies. And I'm like, wow, where'd that come from? You know, and it was real long. You could tell this guy does this, right? So I went, I actually copied it. And then I went over to Messenger and I sent him a messenger request. And then I sent him a message, hey man, I said, wow, that's pretty strange. I mean, did you have a bad experience with this company or just all opportunities? And then he goes on this long tirade like he's some, you know, expert of network marketing scams and companies and all this. And I said, dude, you're way off base. I said, you have no idea what you're talking about. I said, and instead of Googling things to get your information, I said, maybe you should try and go to the website and really see how it works. And then he gave me another long one and whatever. And I pasted the thing that I'd copied from him. And he went back and pasted on my post again. So anyway, this guy I went and blocked. I mean, because I found out later that he had gone to 3 or 4 other of my posts. And if I wouldn't have blocked him in time, he was fixing to put that stuff all over my other ones. So anyway, you know, these people here, you just gotta laugh. You can mess with them a little bit if you want. Don't take a lot of time, but you're gonna run into those kooks. I mean, you just are. There's people out there that are disgruntled, excuse me. You know, I don't know if he's had bad experiences, if he joined companies and hasn't made no money. Probably, that's what I told him. I said, you're just another one of those guys that's disgruntled. You got into opportunities, didn't make no money, and now you think everything's a scam and you're out there trying to, you know, there's too much evidence that what we do works, that network marketing works, that affiliate marketing works, that if you do it the right way, there's a lot of people that do it the wrong way. And there's a lot of people out there with scams. You can read a scam. If you can't read a scam, then you need to get the heck off the internet and not be doing your business on the internet. If you're not smart enough to see the people that are doing scams, you really need to get off the internet because you're going to get taken. Yeah, you're going to lose your money. You're going to lose a lot of time. You're probably going to lose a lot of heart. And you're going to lose your want to do this business and create something for yourself. But you just got to take these people with a grain of salt, block them, get them out of your life. They have no business even being around you. Stress is a killer, right? And those kind of stupid things can stress you out if you live, you know. And here's the deal: I actually had answered this guy or responded to him on the post, and then I thought, man, I don't need to. You know what? Number one, I don't need to be putting the energy towards this, and I don't want to put that energy out towards people. So I went and deleted that post so people wouldn't have to put up with that. But anyway, just so that's the deal. When you're out there doing what you're doing, you're going to run into these people. You're going to run into a lot of different things. And just know that that's part of it. Don't waste your energy. If you're built up in personal development like I am, and you've got the confidence, you know, and the posture, then, you know, then you can mess with them a little bit if you want. But I don't spend much time on it, if any. And these two guys here were just the first ones in a long time. So I played with them a little bit because it does get old watching and listening to them sometimes. You know, you just wish they would go away, but they don't. They don't go away. I think Jim Rohn said, you know, there's only like 9 real bad people in the world, but they move around a lot. You know, and they will. You'll find them. So anyway, think about that. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep focused on what you're doing. Daily consistency. And that's what it's all about. And you'll get there. Thanks, guys. Stay fired up. Make sure you get down below, subscribe. Give me some things that you've seen, or stuff like that. But make sure you subscribe. Hit the little bell so you can get my updates. We'll talk to you soon. Fired up.